Kawah Ijen. Located in Java, Indonesia, the most populated island on Earth, this natural wonder is truly out of this world and a spectacle that all should experience. For that reason, it draws hundreds of visitors every day, all seeking their opportunity to witness it firsthand. But there's another side to Ijen, a group of incredible men who work in the sulfur mine here. They persevere through brutal conditions in what some may consider one of the toughest jobs in the world, all in an effort to provide for themselves and their families. In this video, we'll share their stories and our experience here.
And we're back. What's going on, guys? I know you just saw a video from us a few days ago, but it's actually been a few weeks since we recorded our last vlog. So what's been going on? So the last time you saw us, we were all the way out in Flores at the Kelimutu Crater Lakes, but since then, we drove all the way back to Bali. We spent a few weeks there relaxing and taking some time off, but now we're back on the road. So yesterday, we drove across western Bali and got on the ferry all the way here to East Java in Banyuwangi. And tomorrow, we're gonna be going and exploring Kawah Ijen, the Blue Fire, and crazy lake up there. But if you are gonna visit Kawah Ijen, whether you're coming from Bali or Java, you have to come here and stay at Banana Homestay in Banyuwangi. It's one of our favorite homestays. We've stayed here before. Frida runs it. She's amazing. She's so great. So definitely come and spend a few days here. For now though, Shane and I are going to grab some food, and then we're actually going to drive up to where Ijen is, which is about an hour from here, and we're gonna figure out a place to stay for the night before we wake up for sunrise. So let's go. Pagi, what's going on, guys? So it's around 3 a.m., 3:30 in the morning right now, and we're getting ready to go hike up to Ijen, but I'm gonna show you where we stayed the night last night. Here's Shane in the room.
Pagi!
It's a little room back here. And we're actually in the back of a warung. So a warung, for those who aren't from Indonesia, is like a small mini mart or a restaurant. And there's a bunch that are right outside the entrance to Ijen. So you can kind of see here, they got this stuff cooking. They got a cooking area back here. And then there's the room. So we spent the night here last night because we want to be right at the foot of the mountain when we wake up, so we can start hiking right away with no bike ride or anything. And it cost us around 150,000 rupiah to stay behind this warung here in this room. So split between both of us. Not a bad price at all. But now we're gonna go hike and get after it. All right, guys. Shane's the light guy. We're about halfway up the hike right now. It's supposed to take around an hour and a half to 2 hours. We have been here before. I'm gonna spoil it for you guys last year. So it took us about an hour last time. So we're hoping it takes us about the same amount of time. We're making our moves up. We're thinking we're almost about halfway there. So we're gonna keep on trekking. We're almost there, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. Pulling up now.
Outer space. We're making our way up the rim. You can see behind me there's so many people, and we're gonna climb all the way up this rim and up to the other side where there's less people. You can also see one of the miners here. And the reason we're walking up this way is because there's not many people over there. It's also on the other side from the smoke from the sulfur, and it's a little bit better views. And as for the miner we just walked past, we're gonna dive a little bit deeper into that later, so stay tuned for that. Getting those egg smelly vibes from the sulfur.
A little bit of stanky danky. Stanky danky.
On the move. We're walking through these
Dead brush.
dead trees and brush. Ooh, a little bit spooky. Spooky. All right, guys, we made it to the other side of the crater here. Where we walked up is just across the lake on that side. And now we want to talk a little bit about the science of this place, the lake, the sulfur, and everything that's going on here.
Now the lake here at Ijen has this crazy blue color, and that's actually because it's filled with sulfuric acid. It is recognized as the largest and most acidic crater lake in the entire world. It has an area of over 400,000 square meters and a depth of 200 meters.
Now, the reason the lake is filled with sulfuric acid is because there's actually a natural active vent that sources sulfur here at Ijen, and that's what you can see out in the distance there. And there's actually a pretty cool natural phenomenon that happens there at the vent behind me. What happens is the sulfur is actually rich and red in color, but when it reaches the atmosphere, it changes to yellow. But the really cool part is at night, it combusts up to temperatures up to 600 degrees Celsius, which is over 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and it produces this blue flame. And Ijen is actually probably the most famous place in the world known for the blue fire. There's only one other spot in the entire world that exists.
Now the locals call this phenomenon api biru, which directly translates into blue fire. And if you're lucky enough, you can come see it yourself. We weren't able to see it today because it's currently rainy season. It actually rained yesterday, which mitigates the blue fire effect down at the crater and makes for unstable conditions.
As for the sulfur that exits the vent and doesn't combust, it actually hardens into big yellow pieces on the lake edge there. And it's been mined for years and years. So now we're gonna go over there, try to get a little bit of interaction with the miners and tell you a little bit about what their life is like. But before we do that, this place has a pretty crazy echo, so Shane's gonna get one for you. We're gonna try to see if our mic can pick it up.
Lost boys! I hope you guys can hear that.
It literally pings like from here, 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 and you can hear it come all the way back around. It's crazy. Did you walk out to this ledge?
Yes. You want to see me do a handstand?
No.
Come on.
Don't do it.
I'm not gonna do it.
Okay guys, so we're back on the other side of the crater where some of the miners are. There's Shane, there's another miner here. There's also a few miners there behind me. And we want to talk a little bit about their lifestyle, what their job entails, and how tough their job is. So like we mentioned earlier, when the sulfur comes out of the natural ventilation there and hardens along the side of the lake, it turns yellow and it turns into these really big blocks here. And what the miners have to do is they have to chop it up and break it into small pieces and then load it up and carry it out. So once they chop up the bricks of sulfur into smaller ones, they load them up in these baskets as you can see here, and then they lift them up and put them on their shoulder. After they load up the baskets, they've got to carry them 300 meters and about a 20-minute walk up and out of the crater to the top of the rim here. And then once they finish at the top of the rim, they put them in these bags and on these carts, and they have to roll them 3 kilometers to where the drop-off point is. So how much do these baskets weigh that they're carrying on their shoulders? Well, the minimum load that they're carrying is usually 60 kilograms, but some of them are actually pushing up to 90 to 95 kilograms, which is insane. So let us illustrate to you how heavy that is and how strong you have to be to do that.
He's up.
Oh my god. That's ridiculous. Sorry. Bantu lagi. Okay. Oh my goodness.
He's hurting.
So the next question I'm sure you have is how much money do these guys make? And it actually depends on how many kilograms of sulfur they're delivering to the drop-off point. So on average, usually the miners here make 2 trips per day, and they usually make around $13 US per day. And that doesn't seem a lot for what they're doing, but it's actually up to 2 or 3 times the average income in this part of Java in Indonesia.
Berapa hari ini semua?
Hari ini saya 4 ini dah.
4?
Iya.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Demi keluarga.
What?
Yeah.
Huh?
Untuk keluarga.
Untuk keluarga. Ya.
Anaknya sekolah.
Ya,
sambil mondok.
Oh.
Makanya bapaknya harus rajin kerjanya.
Ya.
Ya, kan bisa melihat ke bawah tuh bisa. Kelihatan dah. Ayo.
All right, he convinced us to come down there. We don't have masks with us. We don't want to breathe in too much sulfur, but one of the workers is going to bring us down to a good overlook to get some good views.
Saya lahirnya 78 saya. Makanya 40 lebih ya.
Yeah.
So it's about a 20-minute walk from the top of the crater rim down this pretty steep trail here that leads you down to the lake where the mining actually occurs.
Saya habis ini pulang saya.
Asli Banyuwangi?
Iya,
Yeah.
Banyuwangi.
Yeah.
Your name, yo?
Apa?
Your name?
Oh, Rob.
Oh, no.
Kamu?
Yes.
Apa namamu?
Suhairi.
Suhairi. Okay.
Semangga ya.
Yeah.
Now there's 2 important parts about this whole process that we really want to stress to you guys. First is that this is an insanely tough job. It honestly might be one of the toughest jobs in the world. And one of the bad parts about it is that these guys are down there inhaling sulfur and don't necessarily have the right protective equipment, and that could sometimes have an effect on their lifespan. So it's pretty sad that they have to endure that. But the most important thing that we want to stress to you guys about this whole thing is that these guys are actually happy, and there's a spirit that exists amongst them where they're proud for the work that they're doing. They're proud to be who they are. And when people come and visit Ijen and take photos, you know, they feel like celebrities and they feel like stars, and they're happy to show off what they do.
Everyone that we've talked to today has greeted us with smiles and just has such this passion and desire to share with us the work that they do here. After spending a lot of time here, basically all day, and talking to some of the workers, it is so important to not only admire these men for their difficult careers, but to respect them as men. They have one of the most difficult jobs in the world, and the conditions prove to be brutal. Still, they do not seek nor desire anyone's sympathy. They are extremely happy and proud men that love their work to provide for themselves and their families, enduring a daily task that most of us couldn't even imagine.
Okay guys, well that's going to wrap up our video here. We hope you enjoyed the beautiful sights here at Kawah Ijen, but more importantly, we hope you enjoyed the science we gave you and learning about the incredible men that work as miners here. Shane and I just started our road trip on the island of Java here in Indonesia. We're going to be road tripping across East Java, Central Java, and the Yogyakarta region. So if you want to see all those videos, definitely hit that subscribe button. And if you want to help us out and support us and get our videos to reach a bigger audience, definitely hit that like button, and we'll see you in the next one.
Ya.
Terima kasih ya Pak.
Iya,
Terima
bawa
kasih
pulang.
banyak. Terima
Iya.
kasih ya.
Got my shard.
There it is.